Bum 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 bum
Dun,
bum.
dun,
Da, da,
dun,
da,
dun, dun,
da,
dun.
da, 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 da.
That's dope,
What
dude.
episode are we on? 16?
16, season 2, episode
Season
16.
2, episode 16, and Superman's son is gay, dude. You hear about this? You hear about this, dude?
He's bisexual, bro.
There's no such thing. So Superman's son is gay. Dude, there's not, bro. Think about this, okay? All right, this is 100, and go ahead and get mad at me for it all you want, you white liberals. But here's the truth: we all know this is true. Okay, you meet a girl, and she tells you, "When I was in college, I experimented with another girl. Yeah, it didn't really work out. It's not for me. But I was confused. I wasn't in the right mind space. It just didn't work out. Blah blah blah. Okay, now she wants to be with fellas, and she gets married. Sounds relatively normal, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's fairly common.
Flip that over and have it be a guy.
Oh, I was in
Is
college.
there really such thing as a,
I was
as a bisexual?
experimenting. I was experimenting. Didn't know I was. Yeah, but don't you think a lot of times the girl's like kind of shunned by a couple of men, or just has been having bad luck with men, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna try girls, or just go straight girls, or the whole time she's been down for girls.
I have no idea how that works. I'm not a girl. What I do know is, I honestly know that I've never met a woman that says, you know what I find attractive? Two guys kissing. And I've also never met a woman that's like, I want to find a man who's kissed a man before and date him. I've never met a girl who said that before in my life. Worth her salt, at least. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, Superman's son is gay. He don't like the ladies.
Dude, that is crazy. And we talked about that too earlier today. We're kind of like, should we?
You say he's bisexual, right? John, what's his name?
To the writers. John Lane? I don't know.
Lane?
John.
Is it
Kent.
John Lane or
Kent.
John Kent? Okay.
John Kent. Yeah, right? I guess. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. The guy's like 23, and we didn't even know he had a son. So, like, when was the last time anybody paid attention to Superman?
Nobody. Because I read the news, and it's all Superman and Lois Lane have a son. I'm like, I thought they actually got married and had settled down? I didn't know that. Isn't there like, there's different storylines too,
maybe that's
right?
just his baby mama. You don't know that they married and settled down. That might be his baby mama.
He liked her for a long time, right? That's the one that he liked forever.
Well, here's the thing. That comic book company, DC Comics, they have not done anything right for so long that they're like, bro, we got to get attention. Dude, I'm telling you, like, Hollywood gets no more attention. No one wants to pay attention to them anymore. Nobody watches TV. Nobody watches the news. Nobody watches network television. Dude, I was watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movies the other day with Sherilyn, and then I watched them with my kids. I just watched like Kindergarten Cop and Twins with the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might watch, what's the one? Terminator.
I was gonna say Predator.
I don't know.
Terminator.
Yeah,
That's a little heavy.
Predator.
Yeah, Kate and I were looking at Predator, and I was like, yeah, a little much.
Yeah, Predator is a little wild because like people's arms get ripped off and stuff.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is like we'll watch older stuff because it was entertaining back then. Where now it's like, dude, this isn't entertaining.
Well, do you think it was entertaining, or it was like we don't really have a choice?
If it was we really don't have a choice, I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That's true. So you'd go and be like, yeah, okay, yeah. And dude, thinking about that stuff, what's the whole deal with that too? I think it's an attention grab for sure. People are like, oh yeah, nobody's reading our comics, nobody's watching our shows. DC, you're right. Have they had a good movie? It's been a lot of Marvel lately.
The bad guy DC movies are okay, but the last Suicide Squad was really good. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you see it.
Suicide
Squad
2, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's really good.
I gotta watch
But
that.
other than that, dude, ever since Heath Ledger, is that the guy that killed himself that played the Joker? Heath Ledger.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
ever since Heath Ledger, that movie, they haven't put out a good DC Comics movie. You know what I mean? Like, and they keep trying, but it's not very good. That's the problem. Yeah. So it's like, all right, well, what can we do to make people pay attention to DC Comics?
Let's try this.
Make Superman's son gay? Oh, the society won't accept that. We'll make him bisexual. Okay, cool. Like,
dude, when you see two dudes kiss on a show, is it like whatever at this point? I mean, right?
I don't watch shows where dudes kiss. Do you? Like,
well, Lil Nas X is like a sample of, and I like the hip hop, the news, and I check out the new stuff.
Sure.
And and you're watching it, and you're just kind of like, dude, is it, because at one point they did it for shock value, right? It's like, ooh. Now it's
do guys kiss on television? Really?
It's rare, but it happens sometimes.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not lying.
I know I've watched it and just was kind of like, dude, and even like two girls kissing on a show. You're just kind of like,
Yeah, it's a little weird too.
mate, whatever. Let's move on. It's not, it's not a big deal. Would
I
they
mean,
ever do
maybe
The
like
Bachelor?
on HBO or something.
There's probably channels that do like The Bachelor, but gay chicks or
gay?
gay dudes. Yeah, there's got to be, right?
I have no idea. I
If
couldn't
they-
tell you. Dude, I
not
haven't
very
watched
popular
network
because we don't
television
know.
in so long. When was the last time you watched network television outside of football?
Dude, I tried to watch like Peacock is the NBC app.
Yeah.
And I'll go on there and be like, hey, maybe Law and Order, okay. And I watch for maybe 10 minutes, and I'm all like, there's so much better stuff
I know.
than on. Dude, come on, Squid Games is from
I know.
Korea, and it's not even in English, but it's the #1 watched show. Well, according to Netflix's #1 show, it's
In the
proven.
world.
Everybody's
In the
watching
world.
this right
In the
now,
world.
and it's super entertaining. Super, and I mean, it's graphic, obviously. So
And
if
no
you
guys
got a young
kissing.
audience, and no guys kissing, that's the one drawback. But I mean, but dude, you don't need that stuff. And I think you go back to the 80s and 90s, and you remember, come on, dude, we grew up in the 80s and 90s, where it was like, oh, if you were gay, I mean, I never cared, but if you didn't come out till you were older. But then you had dude, in college there was like the novelty gay dude. And you're like, hey, we have a gay dude in our crew, cool,
No, I guess, like, my thing is I just think that DC Comics is doing it for attention. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't watch
Yeah.
network TV, so I can't tell you if there's a bunch of shows where dudes are kissing. I couldn't tell you. I can tell you this. If you've ever caught a half an eye full of gay pornography, you're like, whoa, hey, none of that, please. None of.
Did I tell you that story?
Do you agree with me on that? Or
Totally,
no?
dude, totally.
Okay.
I'd be like, I'm good.
No, but it's like a visceral freak out reaction where you're like, no. What?
Dude,
what
yeah,
is
because
this?
one time, this is back when email was first coming out. So when we were working at KOHT, and I had some college buddies on that email chain. They all
Yeah.
respond, oh, you got one of those, and it was so. I didn't tell you this. And anyways, I'm prepping. I think it was either before you got there, and thank goodness nobody was in the building. But I'm checking my email in the studio that's kind of down the hall, and they had a computer in there, so I'm checking it. And it's all, hey, check this out, the Wildcats or the news or whatever. And in the studio, you got the speakers cranked up because you're
Yeah.
producing commercials and music
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff. So all of it is just a boop, boop, boop. I'm watching gay porn. Boop, I'm watching gay
Oh,
porn.
it
And
screams it
and
out.
it's
I'm watching gay
pictures.
porn.
And it's
Oh, it's
pictures
gay
of
pictures.
and pictures of
porn?
dudes like doing it and stuff, and you're just
Oh
like,
my God.
oh no, dude. Like again, luckily nobody was in there, and it was, dude. I was like, dude, I freaked out. Though. I was like, oh my God, turn it off.
That's got to be the worst. I wouldn't have
was
clicked
horrible.
on Wildcats if it came from Rolf or one of those guys you went to college with.
Well, now I know. If it looks weird, you're like, oh no. But back then it was kind of early email still, so you're kind of like, oh, dude, they wouldn't plant something like that in there.
Dude.
Or if they got hacked, if they did it on purpose, or it was hacked. I don't know.
I doubt
dude,
they
but
were
it was
hacked.
like-
I guarantee.
it was a joke.
Yeah, of course.
It
But,
was
yeah,
so
like my thing is DC Comics sucks. They're not very relevant. And guess
Mm-hmm.
what? We're not the first podcast to talk about this.
Oh, I guarantee you. Yeah.
No,
This
I've
was
heard it
coming out
on
a little bit
a
ago.
ton of podcasts.
Yeah. And what do people say? They're just like, it's an
It
attention
depends on the
grab.
podcast. Like if I'm listening to,
Oh wow.
if I'm listening to Patrick Bet David, he has a real Republican comic book nerd on there, and I feel like he was upset. Like, well, you can't just rewrite history, and it's like, well, it's not history; it's a story. And
It's
you
fiction.
also need to understand this company is hurting for money, so they're going to do anything they can to try to get people to pay attention to them. You know?
But, yeah, that's good, dude. That is the case, dude. And you're thinking, because on the other side, I'm sure there's people going like, finally,
Yeah.
we have a voice, and it's on Superman.
Yeah.
And it's just what was
It's
the girl
just
that
when
was dissing
Superman
Dave Chappelle?
sucks.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you're like, dude, whatever. And the crazy part is, I just finished my 3-hour sensitivity training for managers today, so it talked about all that stuff.
Oh, I
But,
thought you were
dude,
gonna say you just finished watching Superman or something like that. I don't know.
I'm doing that next after the
Okay.
Chino Brothers. But I don't know, dude. The what it really comes down to, and Mike, you know this from back when we were doing radio, it's about content. Period.
Yeah.
Don't shock value wears off quickly. You
It
know what I mean?
does.
Yeah,
Well-
that's why you can go back and watch The Office. I don't know.
Oh,
I
that's a
can.
great
I can
show.
go
Yeah,
back
it's a
to
great
watch
show.
The Office, and I still love it.
Yeah, it's a great
I'm old
show.
though, but yeah,
No,
but yeah.
but like Billie Eilish watches The Office. She does.
That's right.
She says she's seen, not only that, like she watches it on rotation. So like she'll go through it all the way to the end and then start over again and just do it and just keep watching it again.
Dude, how many things you think in the office when I'm doing that? Because you guys have training, you're a business, so you guys have to do like any HR trainings and sensitivity harassment stuff.
No.
Okay. We're a big company, you know, we're in 50, 100 markets, whatever. So we got it. So just watching The Office and thinking like, man, Michael messed up, man. He would have got written up today. Like, I mean, it's that you watch stuff and like, woo. So you got to be careful about it. Anyways,
just trainings in general. If I'm working, anytime I'm training, it's a waste of the company's money. It's like, dude, I'm not learning anything. Trust me. Whatever you're about to tell me, I'm probably going to forget 7 minutes after you tell me, or it's common sense. One or the other. So you can, and I've always been, I've always been a salesman. You know what I mean? Outside of radio and ministry, I was always a salesman. So it's like,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Wait, so you know that it's inappropriate to give a girl a back rub in the break room? Did you know that? Okay.
Now, if she doesn't want it, I had no idea that it was inappropriate. You know what I mean? Like,
if she doesn't want it, it's like, what? It's a free back rub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still inappropriate. Just saying.
Like, I don't need to know that it's inappropriate if you're someone's boss to hold that over them to make them go out with you. I don't, like, dude, There is nothing more worthless than an HR department. There's nothing, dude. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. If you have a job in HR, then God bless you for having a job that shouldn't exist. But there is nothing more worthless than an HR department. What is the job of an HR department? Go ahead.
I feel like make sure I got my vacation days and they're growing. You know, weekly. I'm getting my PTO building up, and make sure that I get it. Make sure I get my benefits, and those are all lined up.
And you don't think an engineer that just got out of U of A could write a program to make sure all that's taken care of?
Pretty much, dude. Yeah, for the most part, you can do it online. But someone's got to build these trainings. Someone's got to put these videos together.
Exactly. It's a waste of life. So they have to pretend they're doing something, right? So they're like, well, what do? I'm an HR rep, which means I do nothing for a living. So I have to show this company that I'm doing something, or they're going to recognize that I actually have no value and just fire me and remove this part of the company. And it's such a sham. It's like, well, you need an HR rep because she'll be on your side or he'll be on your side. And it's like, they get paid from the people who are not on my side, as I do.
Yeah.
So when it's me against Verizon, and Verizon's about to fire me, and I have an HR rep come in, it's like, oh, did they stop paying you? Did somebody else start paying you? Or are you still on their payroll? So whatever happens is whatever's going to happen according to them. Such a worthless position.
Someone's got to take complaints, though, from staff.
Sure.
So someone's got to mediate.
Sure.
So
mediate what, dude? Like, you got a problem? Go out and talk. Go out, have a cigarette and talk. Go out in the cigarette hall, smoke a cigarette, say a bunch of cuss words, call each other names, and then get over it. That's it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that too. But HR department, we got an 800 number for our HR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you don't even have one in the office.
I think. Well, nowadays in radio, it's kind of like you wear a bunch of different hats, whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm probably.
Are you the HR rep?
No, gosh, no. I hope not. I better not be. I hope not. Dude, I think that'd be because it's all complaints. Every time we reach out to HR, it's never something good, right? It's like, dude, my boss is being mean. He yelled at me.
That's fine. Well, here's the thing. You know they're not doing anything. So if you're an idiot and you need to call Santa Claus to tell him that your boss is being mean to you, congratulations.
Wait. Someone's got to organize the Christmas party.
Yeah, I mean, they're. You know what I mean? Like, dude, there's no reason for an HR rep ever. There's not.
One job that I worked at, gosh, what were they called? But you could write out. It was a little form, and it had 3 pages, right? So it was one for you, and one for. It was not a sweet nothing, but you could kind of give a shout out to somebody for doing a good job. So you'd write it out like, oh, Mike over at Verizon. When we were working together and walking down, he opened the door for me and helped me close out a deal, whatever. I forgot what they were called, not sweet nothings, but something like a business level of that.
And do I get money when you give that to me? Is it here, give this to Mike, and they're going to give me a $20 gift card?
No,
They just put it
it's
on
paper.
Facebook or come tell me to my face. What do I give a crap if some idiot who shouldn't have a job? Dude, here's the thing. So, like, when I graduated from college, or as I was graduating from college, I didn't know how anything worked in any corporation whatsoever. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
was like, I don't even know what I'm going to do for work. So I was like, oh, I could be an HR rep. Could you imagine how awful of an HR rep I would be?
Get over it.
Oh, man. That,
Dude,
that right there
that's
would,
all you do is take complaints. That's all you do.
could you imagine me doing that? Oh, my gosh.
That'd be amazing. If I ever own like a huge company, I know you're making money over there, but I'd be like, dude, come be my HR rep, please, come deal with all these people that cry all the time.
All right, here, pretend like you're an employee, and I'll be the HR rep. I'll be Mike Ichimura, HR rep. This should be a recurring bit on the show. Actually, you know what? Here's what we do. Since you have a job still, every time you're upset because one of your employees gives you guff, next episode, I'll be the HR rep, you be the employee. But go ahead.
So I got my paycheck and it's short 83 cents. I really don't appreciate that. I mean, I've got my rent to pay and you know
All right,
what?
let me
I've got
explain something
groceries.
to you. I dropped out of high school in 1991, okay? Then after that, I moved to Arizona because Los Angeles was A, too expensive to get an apartment, and B, filled with gangbangers. I didn't even know you could buy weed from someone who wasn't a cholo until I moved to Arizona. Then I moved to Arizona and I dug ditches and sold my plasma so that I could go to community college. After community college, I graduated from university, not so I could listen to you complain about this. I guess if their check was short, you'd have to like actually give it to them. But like, it's not going to be
82
that.
cents.
Was it 82 cents?
82 cents.
Did that really
82
happen?
cents. Yeah.
How
No,
would you know
no,
it was
no.
82
Just
cents? Did
no,
that
they
really
do
happen
that.
or
Like,
no?
no, well, I've seen stories like that.
You've seen stories, but dude, I've heard stories out of your mouth that are real that you tell me about your staff.
I gotta think
that
of
you're
some.
like,
I'm
holy
trying to
God.
think of a good one. I'm thinking of a good one.
You don't even have to think of a good one. It's just like, so-and-so hurt my feelings. Whatever it is, I feel like I'm being whatevered. You would not want me as your HR rep because I am immediately going to tell you how hard my life always was, how hard it was to get here. Dude, I couldn't be an HR rep. That is literally the dumbest job. Seriously, I know you keep cracking jokes, but seriously, what is their job outside of nothing? Go ahead.
They help the onboarding
Don't-
process.
Okay, I thought you were going to give me some stupid, like change the toilet paper or something.
Oh,
They
that'd
help
be
the
funny, too.
onboarding process.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
if
they
you're
help
so
you-
stupid you can't onboard, you don't belong here.
If
I'm
you can't fill out your
serious.
insurance paperwork on your own,
Yeah.
dude, someone's got to show me where my office is or how to make coffee.
Sure, your
or
boss can do that.
where I put my lunch when I bring it, or where
Yeah,
I can
your boss
sit.
can do that. Like there's nothing that someone else can't do in that office that an HR rep is doing. Because this idea, because the idea is, well, that's your go-between between the company and you. And it's like, but they get paid by the company. Yes. And my boss is their boss. Yes. All right, we don't need this position anymore. I probably offended whoever wrote this. Oh, it's Marcus. Marcus
oops.
agrees with me. What up, Marcus?
Hope you don't work
Marcus
in
agrees
HR.
with me.
He doesn't
No,
work in
he's-
HR.
No, he's not in HR. I know
Okay,
exactly what
okay.
department he works in. Marcus, we're just complaining that we're complaining that DC Comics sucks and there's no reason to have a gay Superman. I mean, I don't give a crap. God bless you, DC Comics. You're not going to do very well. But then right now we're talking about how it's worthless to have an HR rep. Like, there's no reason to have an HR rep, dude.
Well, another thing they do is help you invest. So in your 401k, you've got like 3 different options.
Do any
So
of them
he
ever
needs to
seem like they're financially viable enough to tell me where to buy shoes, much less where to put the rest of my money for me and my family for the rest of my life? Dude, I'm telling you, there's no reason to have these people.
Dude, this was a real conversation when we're in the training for where to invest your 401k because you could go with different places, and the one lady was like, "Hey, so I want to do donate or invest in a company that make sure they practice green, they recycle, they're good for the environment, all this stuff." And it was like, well,
If I had
there's
to
this one.
sit there while someone was saying that, I would be so furious. I'd be like, I could be making this company money right now, right? I just print money for this company. All I do is open the window and money flies in when I get on that phone and start calling clients and having them buy stuff from me. Or I can listen to Carol right now ask 9 questions that are completely irrelevant so that we have to sit here longer. Get me out of this meeting now. And dude, every time I was ever in a meeting, that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah, I was gonna say the next step was meetings. Was like, do we really need to go on and on and on? Dude, you got your assignments, you move on. You get it.
Well,
you get your
also,
checklist, you
if
go.
I don't like my job and I'm not getting commission, then yeah, keep me in a meeting as long as you can.
as long as it's free donuts or
yeah. As long as
Okay.
I'm getting paid the same hourly rate, yeah, keep me in the meeting. I'll be in this meeting for 9 years for all I care. But if I'm making commission and that commission is being affected by me being in this meeting, no, sir. Get me
me outta
back
here.
on the sales floor.
Get me out of here.
I belong on the sales floor where you love me because everybody makes money when I'm on that sales floor. Dude, I had a meeting. Verizon is this. I'm telling you right now, that as much as I make fun of Enterprise and Hertz, Verizon was worse. Verizon sucks so bad.
Wow.
Because here's the thing. Enterprise sucked because you worked a pile of hours and you didn't really get that great at commissions even when you got commissions. Verizon, you got great commissions and like they offered piles of overtime and it was the easiest sale I'd ever had in my life. But bro, they wanted you to be brainwashed into their Verizon religion so bad. And you know me, dude. Like
You don't drink the Kool-Aid.
yeah. And so they would get so mad all the time. But what made it worse was I would crush. So I was in training and they were like, oh yeah, so how do you think you're going to do, Mike? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to sell a ton of phones. They're like, that's the spirit. I'm like, that's not the spirit. I'm a good salesman. Well, it's good to think that about yourself. I'm like, I'm not thinking that. I'm a good salesman.
I know that.
Within 2 weeks, lo and behold, guess who the actual number one salesman in the place was? And there were like 120 salespeople there.
Holy
and I didn't
crap,
even
dude.
know. That's how much I didn't give a crap about the job. I was walking down the hall and one of the girls from training came up to me. She's like, congratulations, Mike. And I'm like, on what? She's like, you're the number one salesman in the call center right now, or in the whatever. It wasn't a call center though, because we weren't telemarketers. So what happened was you'd call Verizon to order a phone and I'd sell it to you. And then I got paid commission. It was the easiest sales job I ever had in my life, dude.
Okay, so they call you, and they want a phone. It's just,
Well,
did you like upsell them, or how did you always,
No,
do
'cause
people actually
here's
go, I'm just shopping around, and they'll
Here's
hang
the
up?
trick. Yeah, that would people would try to do that. You ain't gonna do that with me. But then at the same time, like people, it's impossible to get to customer service. It's super easy to get to sales. So people would
Okay.
try to sneak their way in that way too. But they weren't getting me. I'd be like, so are you buying a phone, a smartphone, or a regular phone? What are we doing here? Well, I might buy a phone. Okay, let me get you to customer service. And I just switch them right over and then wait, maybe in the back of the line again. Like, that was on you, bro. You wasted your time talking to me. You stopped me from getting the right call.
Dude, that's hilarious too. Yeah, dude, even when I was at Hertz and I do, you sell the insurance and all that crap, dude, I was always like, people would get pissed at me because I always got the maximum bonus. Every month they'd be like, okay, who's our top regional sellers? I was always in the top 5. I was always number 1 for Bakersfield, and people would get pissed. And I told you about that. It was 10% commission on whatever you sold.
That's
And in a
pretty
meeting,
decent.
in a meeting, I'm all like, dude, why not do a 12%? And people were laughing like, you crazy. I'm like, no, seriously, because I hit 10%. I hit the max every month.
Oh, wait a
It's time
minute.
for me to bump up to 12. And they're like,
So there was
I'm serious.
cap. There was a cap of some form where you
Yeah.
where you hit that 10% and you didn't make any more money.
but it was level, so you get 2%, 4%, 6. So there was different
Okay.
levels every 2%, and 10 was the max. And
So-
I hit it every month, every month.
At Verizon, you got paid $9 for every phone you put somebody into. I think it was
Oh.
$9. Okay. So
That's
I was
decent.
exactly. So I was just like, I don't care. Like I'm putting everybody in phones all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you call. Well, here's the thing. They wanted us to push smartphones. Nobody wanted them because you had to pay extra for them and stuff. So let's say you'd call, right? And you're like, yeah, dude, I'm looking over your bill, and I'm like, hey, by the way, I see that your son Cade is 11. Do you think maybe he could use a phone? Because I got this free phone, and you're just paying $9 a month for the extra line. Most people would be like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Boom, I'd get them into a new phone, right?
So it'd be 2 phones on that deal.
Yeah, exactly. So then what would happen is I'd get pulled in the office and they'd be like, well, why didn't you sell a smartphone? Dude, this is a literal conversation I had one time. So why didn't you sell a smartphone? And I was like, because the guy didn't really want a phone. I got him into a free phone and I get paid the same on a smartphone as I do on a basic phone.
They
And
hated
this-
hearing that.
This literally came out of this woman's mouth. This is going to sound like I'm lying. I promise you I wasn't. She said this. Oh, I understand. So what you're saying is you're only working here for the money. I know, dude. Are you out of your effing mind? No, I'm here because Verizon's my favorite. Because you have the best 3G network all across America. Yeah, because we just got the iPhone. That's why I'm here. What, are you out of your mind? Of course I'm here for the money, you idiot. And I'm here for my benefits too. And there's this dude, there was this JO that worked there named Kevin. I don't remember his last name. Dude, he sucked as a human, dude. Like 5'4" guy, maybe 5'6". And he'd been in the Navy, had a big chip on his shoulder, and he was a manager there. And he'd always bully me, dude. He'd always come over and bully me. And he knew, it's like, bro, you do understand, if my son didn't need to get ear implants this weekend and your benefits were making that surgery $15 instead of $1,500, and I don't have $1,500, and I didn't need this place, I would beat the brakes off of you in front of everyone. And they would applaud like I was in some sort of, I was in Rudy. Everybody would be so happy to see me beat you until you couldn't see anymore. Unfortunately, my son's benefits and this paycheck are attached to it. So we're just going to keep it moving.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, come on, man. Who? Yeah, nobody strives for that. And even we used to talk about Hertz. Oh, I bleed Hertz gold, man. Just
oh my god, did people really say that?
Jokingly, pretty much. Yeah, but dude, yeah, it was about getting paid because I was kind of in the same situation as far as like, dude, I don't have a job. I got let go from radio. I was kind of floating around. I got a kid now, and it's like, okay, we need a paycheck coming in and insurance. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you were there for Sigma.
I wasn't as scared, and we had the money. Like, we just didn't have the. You were
there for Sigma. Ben, what's that from? Is that from Verizon?
It's probably from Comcast because Ben works for Comcast.
Oh gosh, dude, he got you. He roasted. Sug my balls.
Oh.
He got me too, kind of though.
Not really, because we thought he said Sugma.
Sugma. Sugma balls.
Sugma balls. I don't know what that means. But here's the thing. It's a
family show.
Here's the thing. Corporate America, working for corporate America, there's nothing more soul sucking than all of that horse crap, than all of that sensitivity training, than all of that racial awareness, than all that. It's like, okay, go ahead and show me the racial awareness seminar, but can you do me a favor? Can we get all the CFOs and all CEOs and all presidents of the company to play the parts of everyone in this play that you're about to show me? Yeah. Because then it's all going to be nothing but white people. So if you really believe in all this inclusion, that's all you have to do is be like, here is our leadership. See that?
Here's
brown
the
and
board.
black and white. We're good. Okay, have a nice day.
Yeah,
Instead, it's like, hey, we got to show this to these dummies so they feel better about themselves, but we're never going to have any inclusion up here in the top echelon,
Hey, let me tell you this though. I got 100% on the test at the end.
Good for you. Means you're 100% dummy. Like, are you brainwashed yet? Yes, I'm brainwashed. You got me. No, I don't. I shouldn't call you a dummy. That was me. But dude, seriously.
Yeah, I remember that that's called bullying, Mike.
Oh,
from the training.
Did you learn that from the training? Did the training say stupid crap like that?
This is a not toxic work environment. What is it? It's a something work environment. Hostile. It's a hostile work environment.
Did that training really teach you that? It's a hostile.
Oh, come on.
Not to say stuff like that to each other at a radio station?
It's
You're not allowed.
I can tell you this. We didn't have any of that in the 90s in radio.
Fudge, no.
I can tell you that.
Fudge, no. Are you kidding me?
Come on. I wasn't the only one to leave there crying one day, right?
Dude, I was trying to save this, but maybe I'll just bring it back up again because you'll forget. I was trying to save this for the morning house party episode when we had all three of them on. Mm-hmm. The first night I ever met Chico, he called me into his office, which then became Dwayne's office. You remember that office where the
kind of in the middle?
Were? Yeah,
it was long and skinny. Yeah.
He invites me into his office, and it's him and Rascal and you standing behind me. He's like, hey, you got to watch this video sketch. I'm like, all right. And it was a video of a woman pooping in a man's mouth. I was like, why did you show me that? And everybody started laughing.
I remember that.
It. I'm like, why did you show me that? You should delete that. And he's like, but can you? No, there was no
So
sensitivity
disturbing.
training. It was,
So
dude, that was
disturbing.
the weirdest thing I'd ever seen in my life, and nothing would happen to anyone for watching that.
Or showing everybody.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was pretty gross. That, I mean, not vividly, but I remember. Was she wearing heels?
bro. You think I've ever reflected back on that? I've never reflected
Oh,
back
dude,
on that
that's so
video.
nasty. Thank goodness. Let's forget that one. That was
So,
nasty.
but here's the thing: is at a radio station, how like. Here, don't be funny, don't be entertaining, be this muted version of garbage. That's what they're saying, essentially.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, and think about it. Back then, I mean, before that, we had phones and fax machines, and all of a sudden you got email where you're like, dude, I can send pictures, videos, all this crazy stuff, chain letter emails and all that, whatever. So it's kind of like you think something between your friends and say in a magazine, which goes back, under the covers or whatever. Now it's like you can share it with everybody. So humans didn't really know that. Hey, you got to protect yourself. And I know this is probably old news, like the John Gruden emails and stuff.
You're going to bring up John Gruden.
Well, the Raider stuff. He resigned.
I didn't see any of those though, and that's the problem. Is that when you don't see the whole story and you just hear this little snippet, you know what I mean? It's like, well, what did John Gruden really say? I don't know what he said, but I'm sure it was offensive. I mean, I'm positive that you wouldn't just get fired for non-offensive things. I heard he called somebody the F hag word.
I don't. Yeah, there was the gay stuff. There was a little kind of like some racial stuff, and yeah, I didn't dig too deep into it. But dude, don't save stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh,
don't email stuff. Don't post it. Don't DM it.
Well, I think people don't understand that. Dude, remember Anthony Weiner a couple years ago? It's like, bro, what is wrong with you?
I watched that documentary
you're
too.
Just
And it's like
evidence everywhere.
Yeah, busted twice.
You?
yeah, busted once. Thinking you're like, all right, dude, did he learn from this? Nope, didn't learn from it. Did it again the same exact way. Texting the Delphis. Don't do it, man.
Do you think it's like a rush of I'm gonna get caught? Like, you know how like bank robbers, they'll leave like a note or their card or whatever because they eventually would like to get caught. They leave clues. Do you think that was like Anthony Weiner? Like he was like, oh, I'll get caught, and it gave him more of a rush.
It had to be too, because the girl's probably thinking like, okay, this creepo sending me pics. I'm going to save these to my hard drive, so when it's time, it's going to come out and everything, and I'm going to show people.
Well, she was like 16 or something,
and she was
like
underage.
That. Yeah,
she was underage. Yeah, so I don't know what's going through dudes. Dudes aren't very smart. Come on, we know that. You know what I mean? They well, I've done some dumb stuff. I can't speak for Mike, but I can speak for me.
But not that dumb, not like you can find me on it dumb. Like there's always been plausible deniability in my life, dude. I've always been able to be like, what are you talking about?
I would never do that.
Yeah,
what are you talking about, too?
Naked picture with Adlai in the back of the limousine. What are you talking about? See, if there's email back then, I would have emailed you that idea. I would have been in trouble.
Then I'm like, here's the email. I would have pinned that out right now and showed you guys now. But yeah, you're right, dude. No, but I think we were smart enough, even with social media, to be like, don't do it. Don't be stupid.
I think there's a big difference when you grew up in media, like when your college years were spent in actual media and then social media comes out, because you understand things. You know what I mean? Like you understand what it's like to have people listen to you, and then you also understand what it's like to not need attention that bad.
And to be kind of under the microscope too. Because, come on, dude, working overnight, you get phone calls like, hey, what's up? I'm hanging out. Come over after your shift. And you're like, let me just go through the 8 questions I got to ask you before anything happens. Do you have a legal ID that I can verify?
Yeah,
before anything.
Husband? Do you have
yeah, exactly. How many kids? How many baby daddies?
Have you been to jail recently?
Do you have any warrants?
Yeah.
Are you on probation?
All right. Well, speaking of people on probation, tonight we've got a great beef for you. Here we go. Season 2, beef. This time, Adlai, 50 Cent and The Game.
I'm excited for this one.
The Game born Jason Terrell Taylor, born November 29th, 1979, born in Compton, California. Both of his parents were Crips.
Really?
Is that interesting?
Yeah.
Why is that interesting, Adlai?
He's a blood, isn't he?
That's exactly why. Him and his brother became Bloods. His 6 siblings grew up in a foster home, And in 2001, he was shot.
Whoa.
While he was in the hospital, him and his brother decided to start a record label. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I remember hearing about that too. Yeah, after he got shot, he's in the hospital. He wanted to be a rapper.
Yeah, so he puts out his first mixtape, and Diddy hears it, wants to sign him, but then Dre scoops up and signs him before Diddy can. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Absolutely.
Dude, and I heard, is this true? I don't know if you saw this when you're in your research. I had heard that he was in the hospital, laying in bed, just got shot. And was like, what am I going to do? I can't get shot. So he started listening to old NWA and Eazy-E and all this stuff. It's like, hey, I'm going to be a rapper.
He called his brother and asked him to bring him old records. And then that's when he started listening to all the old music, all old hip hop. And then he told his brother he wanted to start a record label.
Oh, okay. So he had never rapped before.
No.
He got shot. Okay.
No, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's really strange. Because
he makes really good music too. I've never really listened to his music before, but today when I had to listen to the music for his the problem is that it's kind of swap meet produced a lot of times, except for when he was with Dre. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, his first album, the documentary was the first one. Yeah. That was a really good album. Yeah, but after that you can kind of tell,
because he got dropped from Aftermath. That's why. So.
Yeah, he's kind of get some run of the mill producers or whatever.
So Dre links him up with 50 Cent and G-Unit, and they try to get him to fit in with this group and make it seem as though they were all a group together. So there was a narrative that they'd all been friends, kind of like D12 or Run DMC or whatever, and now they were all linking up as a group.
Okay. So the game was supposedly part of, they're trying to make the image that he was a part of the whole G-Unit. Okay.
Exactly. So I thought about this when I was reading that. When we were in radio, did anybody ever ask you if our friendship prior to radio was a radio story?
No, not really.
I used to get that all the time.
Like, how do you guys know each other?
No, we'd be telling people how we knew each other, and they would think that we were making the story up so we'd sound better as radio partners. Like people thought that you and I had gotten linked up together by the radio station, and that then they didn't know. So then I'd tell them our real story. I'd be like, no, Adlai and I met in college radio. We grinded out the clubs for a long time, and all the way up and now we're the Chino Brothers. And they'd go, is that a radio story, or is that real?
Like, is that fiction just to kind of make it sound cool?
Yeah, and
interesting. I never ran into that.
At the same time, I was like, am I that creative that I would go that far into making up a story?
We shared an apartment on Congress.
Exactly.
No.
We didn't share an apartment at that point. We lived up the hall from one another at that point.
At that point. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I just thought about that when they were talking about putting the fake, group together. So the game's net worth is $25 million.
Wow. That's higher than I thought it would be.
I know, huh?
Wow. Okay.
Well, he probably owns all the publishing now on his independent records, and he's put out 9 albums.
Okay.
In 2004, Dr. Dre puts out the documentary, but in 2004, 50 Cent wanted to release The Massacre. So because Dre wanted the documentary to be such a big record, and here's the thing you got to remember, there hadn't been a West Coast rapper in a very long time.
Huh.
And Dre's from the West Coast. They're trying to promote the West Coast, obviously. So they're like, hey, we're going to put out the Games album, and they bumped 50 Cent's album to 2005.
Oh, a whole year?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And 50 Cent's already had a couple great albums.
Yes, and so starts the beef.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a Dr. Dre or an upper management decision.
Yeah, I mean, but what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing. When you got an album together, you put in work, you're ready for it to launch, and then now you got to sit on it for a year. That's a long time.
And you have to do guest spots on this person's album that's coming out. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
So the first sign of beef was in the Hate It or Love It video, 50 Cent refused to ride shotgun next to the game. He wanted to ride in the back seat.
Wow, he refused to sit next to him, huh?
Yeah, well, he refused to sit in the front seat. He wanted to be in the back seat. So I guess he was trying to be like, I'm being chauffeured. But I thought about this. When your homeboy's driving, doesn't everybody shout shotgun?
Yeah. So he did not. He's like, screw that. I just don't want to be in the same row. I'm going to be driven around.
I guess, but like, isn't shotgun the best seat when somebody's
Definitely.
driving you?
Dude, yeah, at high school, lunchtime, it was like run to the car. The rule was you couldn't say shotgun until the vehicle was in sight.
Oh, really?
That's why you'd run shotgun. Because yeah, why was it so right in the back's like you're a little kid though, don't you think?
It's more comfortable in the front.
Yeah, that's true too. You're not crowded, bunched up in the back too. So,
Then oddly enough, later in 2005, after 50 Cent's album comes out, he goes on Hot 97 to promote it and then fires the game on the air.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 50
You had the
Cent.
ability to do that?
I guess he
You
went
saw,
on and
you saw the game, you're fired?
yeah. So then the game went down to Hot 97 to be like, hey, dude, what's going on with that? And he brought his homeboy with him. His homeboy got shot in the leg by the security guard.
Really? The
Yep.
game's security?
Yeah, and then G Unit snuck out the back door.
Oh, I did not know this story. Oh my gosh, that's insane.
So then immediately afterwards, the game and 50 Cent publicly reconcile, but it didn't last. So like they get back together like, oh no, we're friends. So and that's it. But then it didn't last. So immediately after that, G Unit goes on the radio and they talk all this crap on the game. They say he doesn't have any street cred. They just like say all this like he's a buster and all this stuff. Like right after that.
Huh.
Yeah. So then after that, the game puts out a track called 300 Bars and Running, like 100 miles and running. That's why
Yeah.
the game's so good. Is like he studied the classics and then just
Yeah.
made modern day classics. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
what sucks is
Yeah.
his production. Dude, his production's awful. I'm sorry.
It's that bad, huh?
It's
I gotta
beats by
listen.
the pound bad. Does that make sense to you?
Isn't it like it's just kind of some dudes with the drum machine and see if it sticks, or like
Did
no
you think
thought
Beats
goes
by
into
the
it?
Pound was a good producer?
I thought they were good at mass producing music.
You
And it
remember what
had
I
some
told you that
bass.
girl said about Beats by the Pound?
What'd she say?
Where do you get everything cheaper? Cheaper by the pound, right? Beats by the pound.
Cheaper by the pound. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
So he writes in 300 bars, ask 50 if it's lonely on the top. You can hate me or love me, but now... Wait, hold on. Oh, sorry. Let me do this again. In 300 bars and running, he says, ask 50 if it's lonely on top. You can hate me or love me, but now the cop's the only friends he's got. He said that about 50 Cent. Dude, everybody, that
Pretty
was
good.
their...
That's a
I
good
know,
line.
That was their go-to at 50 all the time was like, you're friends with the police, you're friends with cops, blah, blah, blah. And then, but 50 did that to Rick Ross, remember? Maybe we'll do their beef next.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, that one's a really petty one, so it'll be funny. You know what I mean?
Wait, what? But did 50 was 50 like undercover or something at one time, or is it just
No, because he remember he had that restraining order on Ja Rule, but he
Oh.
didn't put it on Ja Rule, so everybody blamed it for him. So after that album comes out, 50 goes on Angie Martinez, and he reaches out to the game. But then Tony Yayo from G Unit goes on the radio and says, he won't. The game then apologizes. Sorry, he reaches out to the game. The game then apologizes, and Tony Yayo then goes on the radio and says, G Unit does not accept your apology.
whoa? Was that under authority of 50, or just he said it on his own, or who
I mean, I
knows?
feel like these guys are all just making up their own rules. Like, if I was Dre, I'd be like, dude, you're not supposed to fire the game. I didn't tell you could fire the game. What do you do? Tony Yayo, I'd be like, bro, you know how much money this game guy could be bringing us? Stop
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
You got to assume the game must have pissed Dre off somewhere. You know what
Yeah,
I
because
mean?
I feel like there's something missing here. There's got to be a reason he doesn't like him, but don't you think sometimes you just don't like somebody?
I guess. But then 50 Cent went back on the radio, and then he dissed the game again. Like after he just reached out and said he was cool, he went back and dissed him. After that, they went back and forth with 100 diss tracks. There were 100 recorded diss tracks at these two guys.
Back and forth.
Yeah, it's called the most disputed beef in history because there's 100 tracks. Isn't that nuts?
100 different songs about beef. Oh my gosh. Oh geez. Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard anybody write that many songs. Dude, I've heard a lot of them too, and they're like super mean.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like, so they signed
How do you know which one to play?
Which diss track to play?
Yeah, if there's 100 of them.
I was listening to Sirius XM one day, and like all day it was just the diss tracks between the two of them. I was like, oh my
A whole
gosh.
day dedicated to beef diss tracks, dude. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
like and like the game would come on and like read tax statements from the guys in G Unit to let you know how broke they were. Yeah, he'd be like, so and so just got a used, 2013 Range Rover, and he made 42,000 on the album. Like it was just really like bitter and mean. Which is weird
Crazy.
because they keep coming back and forth and apologizing with one another. So in 2010, the game reaches out to end the beef with 50.
Okay.
Then 50 puts out a track with Adam Levine and Eminem called My Life. And in the lyrics, he says, so the game and Buck can both S my D.
Adam Levine said that?
No, 50 does. Because it's Adam Levine, 50, and Eminem. Adam Levine said, no, just kidding. That would have been funny. Adam
He's just
Levine.
singing in the background. He's going to S his D. I'm Adam Levine.
Game,
I'm
you
on The
ain't
Voice.
S. You ain't S game. F you in the Bloods. What if Adam Levine did
Adam
that,
is
dude?
gangsta.
That would be dope, dude. I have so much respect for Adam Levine if he did that.
Dude, yeah, that'd give him street cred automatically.
Who would you have more respect for if they became a gangster? Adam Levine or
Justin Bieber.
Nick Cannon? Oh, Justin Bieber. That's a good
Nick
one.
Cannon.
Adam Levine or Justin Bieber? Who would you have more respect for as a gangster?
That'd be that'd be tough. I guess Adam Levine. Though.
Yeah, dude, me too,
But
bro.
still, he's always been like that. Smooth
He's awesome,
dude,
dude. Isn't
but
he
he's
fun?
like cool.
His
but he's
music's
cool.
so much fun, dude. His
Yeah.
voice is so good.
Yeah. You could definitely pull chicks with him. You'd have to be able to. You'd have to.
Probably. All right. In 2013, I don't know if you would though, because he's so handsome and
Yeah,
can sing
they'd be
so
like,
good.
I'll wait.
I don't even know if there's going to be a leftovers crowd. You know what I mean? In 2013, the game started reaching out to his fans on Twitter and Instagram and asking for a G Unit reunion.
Huh.
Yep. In June 2013, G Unit reunited without the game on purpose and then put him back on Twitter and Instagram and then added him in the pictures.
Oh, just like Photoshop but badly.
No, they did. No, they put him in there. They reunited and they're like, yeah, we reunited. G Unit reunited at the game, not with you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Next, 50 Cent finds out when the game's album release is going to be, and he drops his album on the same day.
That's a tactic right there for sure.
That is such a mean thing to do when you're a gigantic artist and this poor guy doesn't have a record label. You know what I mean?
He's just got like an underground indie label or something.
Well, I think people who have never been in any form of music business don't understand how important the release date is to the artist. Like, think about when artists would have a release date, especially giant artists. We would get the CD 2 weeks before. We'd only get one copy. Then the week before the album release, we'd get 2 racks of the CD. And that was like, dude, that might as well have been thousands of dollars. That might as well have been just, tons of money. Now, you got to remember, if they're sending us 2 racks of those CDs, they're sending them to every other radio station all across the country. They're putting so much money behind this. They're doing everything they can. And record release dates used to be insane. Was it on Thursdays? I feel like it was
Tuesdays. It was Tuesdays.
Yeah, and like people would stay up all night Monday night and buy it at 1 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that.
Yep. You wait at Licorice Pizza or what was it, Zia's or whatever, and you go at midnight
Licorice Pizza was dope though.
That was the spot.
Yeah, that was in California though. That was
it Cali only?
I don't think that was Arizona. But yeah, anyways. So he releases his album the same day the game releases his album. And also remember, guys, people only have so much money to buy an album. You know, you got $16, you're gonna buy one of them, and it ain't gonna be the games. You know what I mean? It's gonna be 50s. If you're a hip hop fan, what are you gonna do? Yeah. Game posts a pic on Instagram later in 2016 of him and Lloyd Banks from G Unit, for those of you who don't know who Lloyd Banks is. Okay. And they're standing together, and it's a current picture, and like it's like brothers back together.
Yeah. Okay.
50 responds on Instagram calling the game a cancer.
So petty. Oh my gosh, dude. Wait, because didn't Lloyd Banks get dropped after that too? Did he actually
the whole G Unit disbanded?
Okay.
So,
because I felt like 50 kind of ended up having beef with a lot of dudes from G Unit.
Yeah, and that's my argument for Ja Rule when he's like, I had like 17 rappers coming after me. It's like, dude, everybody hated 50 Cent. Everybody came after him all the time. That's not an excuse.
Yeah.
All right. Then in 2017, The Game and 50 Cent were both seen at the King of Diamonds strip club in Los Angeles. And The Game went on stage and told everybody that he was squashing the beef with 50. And him and 50 agreed to squash the beef. But how mad would you be? How mad would you be if you're at that strip club? It's like, dude, get off the stage, man.
They went on stage like
$30
hey,
cover.
Everybody, hey, just I know you're here to see women and stuff, but we got something really important to announce. We've been beefing and we've got 100 diss tracks against each other. But boo, get off the stage.
Not really. You'd be like, dude, The Game and 50 Cent are here. This is dope.
Yeah, you would be cool, but
the only boo would be like, I can't take a picture with these guys because then everybody's gonna know where I was tonight, and my wife and my pastor will then know I'm a scumbag.
Dude, that's true. Yeah, you have. I was there. Prove it. I can't.
Well, I was there at the strip club. No. They reconciled at another place. I don't go to strip clubs.
It was at Tommy's Burgers down the street. Yeah, when they stopped to get a Tommy burger. Yeah, no.
All right, what do we got in the news there, Adley?
All right, moving on to our first story.
Are we doing the first story? Story?
So we take Cade. I don't know how to fix this, buddy. I'm sorry. I got it. Cade wants me to fix his Oculus handle, but I'm trying to do the news here. I don't know how to fix this, buddy. I promise I'll help you after.
Wait, would you know how to fix it if you weren't on the podcast right now? Because I feel like he's asking the wrong person to help with electronics. I'm being honest with you.
I just tried like 3 times. I'm like, I don't know how to fix that thing. I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah. So the story is. Oh wait, where's my notes here? Okay, so because we know how big of a fan of Lizzo the Chino Brothers are. We love her music.
Of Adley. Adley thinks she's hot.
We think she's super outgoing. She's a big girl, but dude, you know
Adley
what? She's still sexy. You know what I'm saying?
According to Adley.
And good for her. You do you. You know what I'm saying? Come on to when the Chino Brothers are back in the club DJing and stuff. You come on through. We got you on the guest list. You plus
and
how
like
many friends you want.
You look like most of the women that were already there. So God bless you.
So just for Mike's eyeballs only.
Oh my gosh.
Where's her face?
Yeah. You got to open it all the way up. So this is Lizzo's dress. Where did she wear this dress?
This
can
was
you just open that whole picture? Is there a way you can open that whole picture? Try that.
Is that better? I got it maxed out. But
Is
let me
that
see.
maxed
Can I click on it? It's not letting me click on it, dude.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, you get the idea. You get the idea of it, and I'll take it off if that's okay. But I mean, what do you say? Go for it. Do your thing, Lizzo. You know what? You've got some great songs. You do you. I don't know. What do you say to that?
What's your opinion on Lizzo for real? Like, because here's the thing. It's like
brave.
Really? Is that the answer? Are you being honest?
Do you want me to bring up the picture again? Here, wait. Oh, check this out. I think I got a better version of it for you too, Mike. But you know what? You're gonna do you, whatever you want to do. It's you. I mean,
be honest. What's your opinion? Like,
I think it's pretty hardcore of her to do to.
Well, yeah,
to floss.
I don't think
there's a bunch of them for you. There's a photo album for you.
It's hard because if J-Lo was wearing that same outfit, would you be as appalled?
No. No. She wore that, and someone said even Rihanna wore that. I should have looked that up, but like 5 years ago, she wore that same dress.
Same outfit?
I mean, they look like twins.
Embarrassing.
You know? I mean, do you remember Malik's
look
always
like
say
the number
that?
10. They look like the number 10.
One in his ear. Remember Malik's, the girls would call, be like, Malik's, what do you look like? And he'd say, oh, I look like Genuine mixed with Big Pun. Because girls would be like, Genuine? You look like Genuine? Yeah, mixed with Big Pun. I'm just kidding.
I don't know, dude. Like, because here's the thing. Okay, to me, that's odd that she's wearing a see-through dress and you can see her flubber and her fat and all that stuff, and I don't find it attractive. But at the same time, it is like, we're all talking about this. I guarantee everyone's going to be talking about this week. And if they don't talk about it, she'll switch it up. She'll figure out a new way to get people to talk about it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and you know what? It's just like it's kind of like the Superman's son
The
being
gay
bisexual,
Superman.
gay, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's for is it for attention? That's where I say it's brave, man, because
It's brave to get attention by being super overweight and wearing a see-through dress.
yeah. I mean,
Oh my god!
I mean, there's a video. Should I hit play on this? You want me to push play?
Go ahead. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's not good. Yeah,
The
that's
Rock,
not-
97 right there, man.
That's not good.
That's The
That
Rock,
looks-
1997.
That looks like a hippo trying to get the water off their back after they got out of the water. Yeah.
Sexy.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't like. Okay, so that like, it's hard because people like. I don't care if people are fat. I personally don't. It doesn't
Right.
offend me. I'm not angry.
Be you.
Yeah, I don't care. Okay. It is unhealthy and it is not attractive to me or to most of the dudes I'm familiar with. Okay. But if somebody finds that lady attractive, I'm not mad at them. You know what I mean? Dude, my homie Yerm, bro. Like Rich Yerm that comes on here all the time.
Yeah.
He loves big girls. And he's a big dude. But he loves them, dude. He thinks they're so sexy. And it's like, that's cool. Okay. So for me, with Lizzo, it's like, okay, look, I don't find that attractive. I don't think it's bad though. But I don't like when people try to use it as a crutch. You know, like if you see a singer on America's Got Talent and she's like, well, they wanted a skinny woman and so I could never sing. And it's like, or you could lose weight and then become a singer. You know what I
Or you
mean?
can't sing. Yeah, or take some singing lessons or whatever.
No,
but
it's
yeah,
usually
don't make an
because they're
excuse.
big and they don't fit the profile. It's usually a big girl. They don't fit the profile of J Lo or whatever it is that people want to look at. And so record producers, bro. They're sorry it didn't work, but they have amazing voices. And it's like, yeah, but because I look the way I look, I could never be a professional singer. It's like if you really wanted to be a professional singer that bad, you would lose weight. Now, am I saying that's right? No, I'm not saying that's right. But you would lose weight.
You'd want to compete. Adele lost
Yeah,
100 pounds.
But Adele did that.
She's
on
a
her own.
phenomenal, and she's a phenomenal singer, regardless.
Her voice
So-
is too undeniable. She could look like an elephant, and it'd be like.
That song is so good. The music is so good.
Yeah, she could be the most. She could be disfigured in every way, shape, or form. But with that voice, that voice is magic, dude.
That's true.
You know, Lizzo's got a great voice too, though. Like
Great songs, great
and
content, great lyrics,
fun songs.
Yeah. So you can make it whatever shape, size you're in. But I agree in the sense that definitely in the 90s, 2000, it was harder to compete.
Oh yeah. Well, here's my thing: is I think even today it's harder to compete. I think they just let a couple through so they can go, look, see, we're not body shaming or whatever. But I don't think. Here's what I think. America, it's your fault that Lizzo is unattractive. You know, because America wants to hear a beautiful voice, right? And I'm sure there's been beautiful voices we've never heard.
Mm-hmm.
But only if they look like Mariah Carey.
I wonder why that is though, because if you feel a song, when Adele came out, Rolling in the Deep and Hello and all those songs, you're like, these are great songs. And if you didn't see the person, you would still be like, I'm connected emotionally to this song. That's why I love it.
That's that good stuff you can listen to with your kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Send my love to you and I love her. Treat her better. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
You know, and like it has like a funky hip hop beat in the background, and she just has such an angelic voice. But the truth of the matter is, when it's like, oh, the industry's so cold, and it's like, is the industry cold, or are we as Americans superficial? Because I would argue, Brad Pitt's not as good an actor as people think he is, or is Tom Cruise. And if they were, then they could just get fat like Vince Vaughn does.
Yeah. Well, we know there's research behind it too. I mean, they show people like, what movie would you go see? The movie with this person or this person? And they're like, that one. And hey, it's Brad Pitt, not Chris Farley. You know, no offense, we love Chris Farley too, but I'm just saying.
Dude, you pulled that one quick too. I was really impressed. Brad Pitt, Chris Farley, because I would have been like, it's Brad Pitt, not. And then I would have had it. I mean, you pulled it right out of the pocket. That was great. But anyways, yeah. Here's my thing: is like, I'm personally not attracted to someone in that size showing their body. That doesn't help for me. Now Adele, with that voice, and she has just kind of a porcelain face like a doll, and even when she was big, there was something enjoyable about being like, huh, it was attractive. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean like, oh, I want to fornicate with this person attractive. It was like, this is classic beauty attractive. And she's just the size of somebody's mom. It's not like she's an awful creature. She's just the size of somebody's mom.
Yeah.
And that's the same for Lizzo as well. But Lizzo puts a thong on. It's like, bro, I'm not trying to see that cottage cheese. Like, that's not good for me. I don't like that.
If she came up, it's like, Mike, give me a hug.
Yeah. What's she wearing? Is she wearing a sweater and like some like culottes? Yeah, come on over.
Okay.
In that outfit? No,
But
man.
the see-through.
I don't want to feel like that mayonnaise and whatnot that's going on there. And like, I'm not mad at her for that. Like, I'm not angry for that. It's, you don't have to do that. You don't have to. You don't have to make a spectacle of yourself.
There's a reason I wear a swim shirt at the pool.
Sure.
Right?
But
You know what I mean?
But you're not singing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to make a spectacle of yourself. Your voice is beautiful. Your songs are amazing. You really are empowering women with this message.
Yeah.
The end of the message isn't, and I'm also a sex object. You could just win and just be like, guess what? I'm not a sex object. And you can say whatever you want about my body. I've already shown it to everybody.
I did this on my merit, the fact that I can sing and entertain.
But at the same time, are we talking about her right now?
Yeah, exactly. And do women want to feel sexy? Does Lizzo want to feel sexy? I think people need a certain level of attention, healthy attention.
I know, but
right?
she could get a trainer and then become healthy, attractive. The thing is people get mad and they're like, oh, that's you saying everybody should have the ideal body. It's like, no, it's nature saying this is what we're attracted to. This is not something we can condition ourselves to. We have a natural attraction to women for one way or another, for one shape or another, because that's what our instincts are telling us is what's beautiful.
Is it a survival thing? Because you think about getting chased by dinosaurs when we were cavemen. If you're slow and big, you're probably getting eaten first, right? If you're in shape and you're running, and you can get you don't have to be the fastest, just don't be the slowest.
I think it's more of a procreation thing where it's like my children will have the genetics of this person, and that will carry them on to do better things than I was able to.
Interesting. Okay, so in a weird way, it's survival, carrying on the family. But you think it's conscious or subconscious?
I think it's completely subconscious, and I don't think it can be changed. But I do believe that you can also find someone attractive for their spirit, for their soul.
Right.
You're just like, man, you just like everything about you is so awesome and fun that I want to be around you. Now, someone like that, they can lose a lot of points in the looks category for me.
Yeah. And we know attractive people that you can't hang out with for more than 10 minutes.
No, you don't want to be around them at all. They're just
they're just like,
people.
Okay, I don't like this person. I don't want to be with this person.
A lot of them, dude. A lot of them are like that. A lot of attractive people. That's why I always say I feel bad for attractive people. So I don't know, man. It's tough. So in my mind, one, it's funny because there's a giant fat woman wearing a see-through dress, and that's hilarious. Yeah. 2, she's getting a pile of attention from it. So God bless you, Lizzo. But 3, realistically, from my perspective, it's not about health. It's not about attraction. It's this: you are an attractive person, and you have an amazing voice, and I can tell that you have a sweet spirit. You don't need the attention that bad. It doesn't.
Interesting.
Yeah, do Broadway.
That's really cool. And here's the thing.
Do something fun.
Yeah, speaking of tastes, our next news story is Too Short. Oh. He apologizes. Too Short 1, the guy who made the B word famous, apologizes.
Yeah. All right, so for everybody who doesn't know who Too Short is, he was the filthiest rapper when me and Adelaide were young. He had a song that went like this: cuss words, let them flow, mother effing SGDAH. Cuss word. Remember that song, dude?
Oh, there's so many great
he would just songs. Cuss the whole song. Like he would just he did everything he could to put the F word in there and then say something completely vulgar about a woman's vagina. Yeah. And then he said that he was a pimp too.
Yeah, and talk about society being what it is. He sold mixtapes out of the trunk of his car with this music on it, and that's how he got a deal.
That's
Because
how
it was
we
like,
know him.
that's the dude that says the F word and the B word all the time, and
He
it's
talks about
got
girls.
bass.
Talks about girls' peas, and then he talks about shooting places up, and talks about beating bees.
And it sounds good in my car because it's got that low end boom. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
dude, that
So,
low end boom and that gangster ride, bro.
and they,
You
dude,
listen to
it's
Too Short,
perfect,
dude.
Perfect.
You
I
listen
love
to
Too
Too
Short.
Short. It's like, man, I better not have a gun right now because I could do some crazy stuff after listening to this music. That
Remember
music
Freaky
puts-
Tales?
Oh yeah,
I
dude.
met
I
this
know all of
girl.
them, bro. Yeah.
Oh, those are so good, dude.
Those songs will put you into that. Those songs have voodoo in them, bro. They turn anybody into a gangster. You can take a square, you can take the squarest libertarian, the squarest Democrat, and the squarest Republican that are like Crosby, Stills, and Nash is my favorite, and be like, let me put this on for you, son. They'd be freaking leaning. They'd be low riding by the end of it, bro. They, like their chair would be all the way back. And
Too shout.
Yeah.
He did make the ghetto though. Remember?
Yeah,
That was a
dude.
ghetto. That was a good song too about oppression and stuff.
Too Short
Yeah.
is the OG. For all y'all who know who Snoop Dogg is, Snoop Dogg is an impersonation of Too Short. Is that a good? Is that a good analogy?
Too Short came before Snoop, and
For
Snoop
everybody.
learned some stuff from Too Short for sure. Yeah, no
Too
doubt
Short,
about that.
dude. This dude was a freak. He was nasty. He was a pimp. I don't know if he was telling the truth when he said he was a pimp, but it seemed like he was telling the truth.
Yeah, you're like,
Uh,
dang.
He was a gang banger. He was from Oakland. So like all these things. So what, man? He shoot up a school. What did he do, man? He'd go drop bombs on some fool. Did he go over and protest the Trump rally? What did he do?
I just know. I saw you down the street and I had to stop. Turn up the radio and drop the top.
Yeah.
Freaky Tales. That was my jam. 8-minute song, dude. You still drop the first six
Yes.
verses in the club. Everybody be singing to that Freaky Tale. That's an album cut. That's not a single. It's Too Short. It
Dude,
don't
that's
matter.
that's a single now.
Oh my
Dude, him
gosh,
and
that's so
DJ
good.
Quick, dude. DJ Quick also, bro. DJ Quick was that cat.
Made some
dude.
smooth stuff.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, was he that cat?
Yeah, he was dope too. But
Dude, I
but
wanna
dude,
listen to DJ
why would
Quick.
Too Short ever apologize?
Apologize. Too Short's apologizing.
He had to apologize.
That's what this story's about.
Yes. This is what here. Let me tell you what he said. This is what he said.
Wait, did he apologize for murdering somebody?
No.
Did he apologize for pimping hoes in the 1970s and 80s?
Nope. Didn't do that.
Did he apologize for using illicit marijuana all around the country where it was illegal?
Zero illegal drugs. Nope.
Did he apologize for selling crack cocaine?
Nope. Didn't apologize for
Well, then
that.
what is he apologize? This must be horrible what he's apologizing for.
This is really bad. So he's on a video chat with Saweetie, and this was from last year. Too Short said, quote, he's mostly attracted to mixed race women and has never dated a woman that wasn't mixed, citing his growing up in the Bay Area as a reason. He says exactly
Good for
this.
him.
Mixed heritage women have always been my favorite. Like, I don't think I've ever fallen in love with a woman that wasn't mixed. And I feel that way about life too. Like, biracial babies are, you could take the two ugliest mother from different races and they and make a baby, and that baby just be beautiful.
He's preaching the
happens all
gospel.
the
What's he apologizing for? Did he beat a biracial woman?
Well, he's not so he's considered a colorist,
What's a colorist?
where on exact shades. He's picking those people up, right?
Did a white person make up this saying? This sounds like something a white
This
person
from
would
this
make
is from
up.
Complex, and Too Short apologized for
Was
his
there
comments.
a white person that wrote that story?
Let
Because
me
this sounds
see.
like
This is
something a
good.
white
Let me
person
roll
would
to
make
the
up.
let me roll to the bottom of this too.
I promise you, this was a white
It doesn't
person.
say who wrote it. Ah, how dare!
I've never heard. Have you heard of that term before? A colorist?
It's new to me. It's new to me. But he says this: I would like to apologize to anybody that's offended by my words. I'm from the Bay Area. I came up in the Bay. The whole racial thing to me has never been a factor. There aren't a lot of mixed cultures, mixed people in the Bay. It was like that long before I got there. He's not about I hate you because you're loud or because you're dark. He said, I love my blackness. I love my family, So, but
I can't believe he apologized. Well, you know what? I'll say this about Too Short. I respect that he apologized because he's like, look, man, I'm not trying to cut out black people. I want black people to know I like them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but here's the truth. We're from California. Everybody
Yeah.
who's not mixed is ugly. It's
Yeah.
just the way it goes, man. I'm sorry. You know I'm
Yeah.
telling the truth.
But it sounds like people are taking it as he doesn't like dark skin, I guess, because some lady says, since you guys blocked me,
In
make sure y'all post a
California.
whole clip. Black
In-
women are beautiful, period.
In California only, not everywhere else. You could be, 100% whatever in other states. Just California, only good-looking people mixed. Telling the truth, dude.
There's something about the skin tone, I guess. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You're not more attracted to mixed people?
I would say, I guess it just depends. Because what's I don't know if this is a bad term, the M word when you're mixed. Remember that term? I don't want to say it because I think it's frowned upon. But I remember hearing in high school
Say the
when
word. What are you talking about?
mulatto is mixed, right?
For black people, yeah.
Is it okay? Because
Yeah, not for everybody.
I knew a girl that was mixed black and white, and
Yeah.
and you're just kind of like, whatever. So I don't know. But just the fact that Too Short apologizes.
I'll say this. My wife is 100% Caucasian, is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in the history of my life. But here's the truth. Mixed people are better looking, dude. It just is what it is. I don't know what you're talking about. Bro,
So
you're
Too
gonna
Short
tell
was
me-
right.
Listen, if we were both white, we would have never gotten any chicks. If it wasn't for the fact that we're at least a little bit exotic. Are you kidding me, dude? You think exotic never worked in your favor for chicks? You are wrong, dude. You are 1,000% wrong. I
had
promise
that
you.
little bit. I had that little bit of dark kind of skin. A little bit. A little. You know what I mean?
I know
Like a little
chicks dated
tint.
me to piss their parents off. I know they did. I'll show them. I'll be with an
take it.
ethnic.
I'll take
It's
it.
like, all right, word, man.
Yeah, jeez. But and the people like I think people took it as like Too Short's dissing the full black people. I think is what they kind of took it as.
No. I
black
think
women?
white liberals are taking it as Too Short's
Yeah.
dissing the black woman.
Yeah,
I
quite,
don't think
quite
people are.
possibly. Yeah, but dude, he apologized. Do you apologize for that? You're
I
like,
don't know,
dude, I have a
but you know what?
taste.
I'll say this. I respect that he was like, you're not going to box me in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, I like black people too. But then
Yeah.
at the same time, he kind of was like looking at all the rest of us like, y'all know what I'm saying. And we're like, of course we do.
Put on that freaky tails. Let's go see Too Short.
Yeah,
Too Short,
but-
I got your back, man. Yeah, but I think that's okay to have your own taste.
Of course.
We all go to Baskin Robbins 31 flavor and be like, nope, you gotta like them all. You
Bro,
gotta
this
like
is how
everyone.
bad it's
No, you got a
getting
favorite.
in this society they're trying to craft for us. You know what I mean? If you're a single dude right now and you only want to be with the woman who was born with the vagina, they say that you're transphobic. It's like, how does that
Sorry.
make me transphobic?
Is there a T-shirt for that? Because if that's what that means,
You know
oh
what I mean?
my gosh.
Well, they're calling Too Short something brand new I never even heard of
colorist.
before. A colorist, yeah.
A
And it's
colorist.
like, you have the nerve to speak this way to Too Short? Do you know who you're talking to? How dare you speak to that man like that? He's brought nothing but pleasure to all of us through cuss words and pimping hoes and selling crack cocaine and gang banging.
Girls
putting
sing
it all
along.
on wax.
Yep, girls sing along to that song too.
I know, dude.
No
That
matter what
nasty-
shade they were.
I know that nasty bastard. You get those, white girls
White
singing
girls-
those songs. I know. When you see a white girl singing a Too Short song, when you see a white girl singing a Too Short song, you feel kind of a certain way about her, don't you, bro? No
Mike,
lie.
I gotta bring you on your tech on here. Can you take a look at this? Because Kate came back in with this controller. Kate came back in with the controller. But real quick though, too, it was I dated a girl. This is late high school, so late 80s. And she bought her TLC cassette. She bought her CC Peniston and Too Short.
Was she white?
Yes, and yes,
You
yes.
always pick the worst girls, bro. No way.
He's
Dude,
actually
if a
super
white
cool.
girl
He's
listened
really
to
cool.
Too Short, I was like, nope.
But
Something
the
wrong
reason,
with you.
you know why she,
Nah,
you know why,
man, something wrong with a white girl listening to Too Short, bro. I'm telling you right now. Dude, everybody knows that rule.
But why did she buy that CD? Because I made a mixtape for her and put Freaky Tales on it.
I didn't even play that music in front of a white girl, dude. If I had a white girlfriend, I wouldn't play that music in front of her.
Why not?
Because then she'd break up with me. She'd be like, "Oh my
Or
gosh,
think you're
this is
down.
This is no." She would break up with me, bro. I didn't date gangsters. I was like,
Wait, is that why you have a love for Blink 182 and stuff? Well,
No,
yeah.
I like. You know why I like that was because the people where you live listened to it, and
The
I felt
Orange
like
County.
Yeah, I felt like you
yeah.
guys had such a good life. I was like, man, everybody, all those white people have such a good life, and this is the music they listen to. So I'm gonna listen to it too, and try to have a good life.
That is so weird you say that, because today, I don't know why I started thinking about this. I was like, Michael's kind of, he was from the hood pretty much. I was from that kind of suburbia, kind of 90% white.
Everybody knows where Orange County is.
But I meet a couple Mexican dudes in the little barrio in the neighborhood, and we hang out, and then we go to Santa Ana to go to parties. And that's where I kind of got introduced to DJs and fog machines. And it started out freestyle music, you know, your Debbie Debs, your Stevie B's. But then but I like being at those parties and stuff. You know, they'd have those fancy flyers that were all shiny, and you try to get them, and you go. But there was always drama. There was always fights. There's always shootings. But you'd go but I'd also go to Huntington Beach. There'd be bands playing at the pool party, and there'd still be fights. There'd be as many shootings. But
I'd never been to a house party in Huntington Beach. I would only go there and like sit in the ocean, sit on the cliffs, go to the Java Jungle, get coffee. Like I didn't know.
Did you go to? There. What about like Huntington Beach? Because all like Orange Street, and then they had all the numbered streets. They'd always have parties there on the weekends. You could just roll up and
I
stuff.
wouldn't be able to roll up. Bro, I wouldn't be able to roll up, like, because it'd be me and a bunch of, like, Mexican guys and black guys. They'd be like, no. You know
J-Rock would go with me sometime. Yeah, we'd go to those parties.
You met my friends, bro.
I think I figured it out, the little controller.
Okay, cool.
But,
you met
dude,
my
I remember.
They're not like J-Rock. And I like J-Rock. I think J-Rock's cool, but you met my friends.
Yeah.
Like, my ethnic friends. You know what I mean?
Wait,
like,
are you saying they just
scary?
would they feel
Scary?
weird there too, though?
Would they feel weird?
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't care. Dude, like we'd get pulled over. It would suck, bro.
That's
like,
true.
Yeah, the cops would mess with us. It's like, bro, we just want to walk on the beach like everybody else is doing, you know. Like, but I felt like you guys were so much better. Like, not better.
Just life was.
Yeah, like life was easy. You didn't have to worry about getting shot, like things like that. And I was just like, oh man, that must be so freaking dope. And the girls were pretty, you know what I mean? Like lots of white girls, bikinis, you know, surfing, all that stuff. And I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. So it was interesting to me, and it seemed to be what the movie said California was, you know?
Yeah.
So like I felt like I wasn't really living in California, but then like I met some like, you know, new wave cats and like that type of cats, and that was the music they liked. So I was like, okay, well, if they like it, then I should probably like it. Kind of like why I like the Steelers, you know? But anyways, let's wrap up this Too Short.
Shoot. Okay. Sorry, we got all sidetracked.
So getting back to what we're saying, Too Short, being half something, it's all awesome. That's the end of that story. Bro, if you had not, I hate to break the news to you, friend, but if you were full Caucasian, you never would have gotten any of the girls you have ever gotten in your whole life, dude. And if this is the first time you're realizing that, I feel sorry for you. I really do.
You have like a specific, like, it's just like a nice blend. Like, you know what I mean? I think is what it comes down to. I don't know.
It's unique and it's exotic. That's the thing. And
do you think it's even? Well, when you say exotic, it's different from you. Is that what makes it exotic?
It's different from the world.
I kind of lean towards white girls in high school and college, I think. I feel like. And I'm not saying I was like, I have to date a white girl. It just kind of happened that way.
How many mixed girls were there? Not many.
At U of A? Yeah, not really. Not really. But yeah. But, well, when we got into radio, it was more Hispanic.
Being mixed is a relatively new thing, dude. We're like the oldest mixed people. You know?
We're like the first gen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we were born too early. That's the problem. Like, if we would have been in high school now, oh my gosh, we would have been the hottest guys in the whole school. We would have been like, yep, I'm here, you know. But
back then it was, I don't know what to think about this dude.
He's
he's different. He's
exotic. I'm telling you, bro. It like if you don't think being mixed helped you, like, dude, then you're dumb, because you would be, you
just
wouldn't be handsome if you were full Caucasian, dude. You personally and me personally.
And I don't really remember a lot of mixed. It was either you're white, Mexican, Asian, black at Fountain Valley High School. You know, I don't remember a lot of
mixed, all high schools at that time.
Yeah, interesting.
Dude, there was a law in California where mixed marriage were illegal until 1968.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you didn't see too many of them. Because
Huh.
people were just starting to get into the like, can I do this? I'm not going to get arrested, you know?
I do
So,
like that. I do like that look. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, Too
Dude,
Short.
even
God bless
did
you.
I told you that
Come on,
story.
we're supposed to be doing other
Oh, no.
stories.
Sorry.
Dude, come
We're
on.
getting all sidetracked, guys. Sorry.
What
That's
were you
my
going to
fault.
tell me? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, me and my white girlfriend at the time were at Magic Mountain, and we walked by like a crowd of like black kids, and I just heard some girl go, "He got jungle fever," or no, she said that, "Oh, that girl got jungle fever," saying I was the dark person in the relationship with the white girl. And I thought that's weird, but that movie came out, right? Remember Jungle Fever? Yeah. Anyways, that was my 2 cents on Too Short.
Too Short's amazing.
Yeah, Too Short's the bomb. Go
Cuss
download
words,
all his
let 'em
music.
flow. Mother effing SGDAH. You can't even say
Short
after
dogs
that
in the
word-
house.
After that word, you can't say any of the other words.
It's just a
on
beep. That's my friend had a cassette that was edited, and that's all it was you dirty beep and a beep. God, I wish we had that cassette. That was because you go to Zia's, you buy it, and you don't realize it's edited. Then you get it in the car.
Oh, that
you're
would
like,
suck.
Oh,
Especially
man.
Too Short edited. Oh my!
there's no point.
You wouldn't hear anything. You're like, I don't even know what he's talking about.
You
All right,
wonder
well,
why I
let's-
didn't get
let's-
radio play.
What's the next story? What do we got?
Okay.
God, I
All
love
right,
that guy,
let's
Too
let's-
Short.
yeah, dope. So the next thing is we talked about Demi Lovato saying aliens. The term aliens is offensive to creatures from outer space or whatever, and she wants to call them ETs.
So
Not-
Demi Lovato is offended because we call outer space creatures aliens. This
Yes.
lady also is offended because the ice cream store sold ice cream with sugar in it.
Yeah,
Like-
it didn't have an option for her.
She's also non-binary, which I think is the laziest of all white liberalism. Because non-binary means today I feel like a girl, so I can be a girl. Tomorrow I feel like a boy, so I can be a boy. It's like, just pick, man. Just pick, fool. Because I don't believe you anyways. I wouldn't believe you one way or another. But what I think it really means is I have a thyroid problem or something because I got a fat face and I'm a normal sized woman, but I'm supposed to be real skinny so I can sing and make money at this. It's like, you can't sing that good, Demi Lovato. You sang real good when you were pretty, but now you're a pudge face. You ain't that pretty. So she's got to go on and make crap up so we talk about her. I think the word alien is offensive.
Yeah, and she calls them ETs, not Eddie Torres. Extraterrestrials. Yes, he calls them extraterrestrials. And then so Neil Degrassi Tyson, he's an intelligent dude. He's like a scientist or something,
Oh,
right?
yeah, but Neil deGrasse Tyson is.
Yeah. So he's a smart
Well,
dude. So-
He,
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm trying to remember which awards he's won for like Nobel Physics and stuff like that. Like he's phenomenal.
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find exactly what he is. Astrophysicist.
Yeah.
So he's smart. The guy is smart. And he
Dude,
says
you gotta listen to him on Rogan because they go. Dude, I would love to have him on here. But anyways,
that'd be
yeah.
dope.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's just and it's really he's really interesting to listen to on just his concepts, man. You know, he reminds me of kind of like Jordan Peterson, but not religious. You know who Jordan Peterson is? Oh my gosh, dude, you would love that guy. You know who Ben Shapiro is?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know who Ben
Yeah,
Shapiro
so
is.
Jordan Peterson's like a smarter version of that without politics. Like
Yeah.
he just, dude, he's phenomenal. You love his work, but Neil deGrasse Tyson's like that for science. So
Okay. And he even says, so Neil says, all the aliens that I've ever met, they have no feelings. So to be worried about offending them by calling them alien, what is she thinking is going on in the heads of species from life from another planet? I know it's very considerate of them, but really, when I refer to aliens, just to be specific, I always say space aliens, all right? And then what we used to call aliens on Earth, undocumented immigrants, that's what the new term is for them. So he's saying like, stop. It doesn't make any sense. So
now, do you think Neil deGrasse Tyson will get canceled for saying that? I'm being honest. Do you think he'll get canceled for saying that?
I don't know, because you're talking about aliens from outer space.
CNN comes out. Trump supporter Neil deGrasse Tyson has no love for the Mexican people
Yeah. Okay's
Or-
the term aliens.
or the undocumented Haitians who are forming a large pack to come across our border. Joe Biden, thank you for inviting me. Neil deGrasse Tyson is the devil, just like Donald Trump. What did you say now, Neil deGrasse Tyson, about the vaccine? Are you an anti-vaxxer? Well, we can't say he is, Sarah, but he did say this. I don't know about the vaccine. Oh, see, clearly from that, this is the whole clip. It's like, I don't know about the vaccine that was on the corner over there because I got my shot over here. You know, like, what do you think? You think he's getting in trouble for saying it?
I hope not, but his whole thing is, I don't get it. They don't have feelings. I'm not worried about it. And he even says, why should I even believe they know English? But think about it, dude. If they can figure out a way to get to Earth and communicate with Demi Lovato, what do they think that they're viewing in her head? They're like, is this the smartest human there is? I'm about to eat her in my sandwich because I know she's trying to communicate with me. And it's like, I appreciate she doesn't want to offend, but yeah, I'm going to eat her. That's it. I'm going to blast this planet, take it over, and Demi Lovato, come on, man.
And then Will
she has
Smith's
a show,
like,
though. So
Will Smith's like, just because I cheat on my wife doesn't mean I can't save this planet.
Ooh.
And he gets in an F-16, dude. This is my movie, son. And he's like, right, about to shoot the alien, right? And the alien's about to take the bite of Demi Lovato. And unfortunately, Will's eyesight starts getting bad because he's older. So Demi Lovato gets eaten. And then Will Smith gets his eyesight back and blows that alien up. We're like, word, homeboy. Welcome back to Hollywood. We're waiting for you.
Oh, Demi
How
Lovato,
dope would that movie be, dude?
gosh.
That'd be the best movie ever, dude.
And E.T.'s a movie, by the way, if anybody didn't know that. So,
Yeah,
I just
from a long time ago.
think of a better term if you don't want to be offensive with alien. And who said it's offensive? It just means like alien life form, right? From outer space.
You know what I think is offensive? Demi Lovato's voice, dude. When she's not attractive, you start to realize her voice sucks, dude. When she turns into fatty McGaddy, dude, you're like, oh, look. Fat lesbian, go away. Fat lesbian plumber. That's what she looks like, dude. Like a fat lesbian plumber. It's like, dude.
Can I bring up a picture real quick?
Oh, don't worry, I'm going to. Woo.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me do it. Where's it gonna be at?
There it is.
It's over
What
here.
the?
Woo.
Oh my gosh. What the? Alien. Oh wait, that's offensive, Demi. Sorry. I called you an alien.
I did that with the Michael Jackson one, dude. We'll watch that video after this. You're laughing.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Demi Lovato, I hope I rail fast enough and fun enough that I can edit that and put it up for 20,000 people to see. I hope I can edit that well enough. All right, what do we got next?
Oh my gosh, we got time for one more. Yeah, we'll squeeze it in real quick.
No, let's do the last two, so that way those will be our midday getaways.
Oh, okay. I got one more. I got the Rolling Stones.
Oh,
Pools.
I thought we had four. I thought we had four stories.
We had Game 50, Lizzo, Too Short, Neil deGrasse, and Rolling Stones. Yeah, we had
dude,
five
that's
things.
a lot of stories.
There's a lot going on. A lot of nothing
Oh wait,
going
wasn't there
on.
Fat Joe? Wasn't Fat Joe? Didn't Fat Joe have something to say too, or something?
Oh, about the baby? I gotta look that up. But you want to do that one too? We
Yeah,
can do that
dude,
too.
look it up. Let's
We'll
do
find
this
it.
Rolling
Let's
Stones
talk
one, 'cause
about-
this can be quick. And
This
then we'll talk
is
about Fat
kind
Joe.
of a good one though too, because
All right,
Keith
go for
Richards throws his 2 cents in too.
Oh wow!
So the Rolling Stones, we know them from the '60s on. Ton of great music. You know, who's in the band?
Dude,
Name the guys in the band.
Dude, until
Keith Richards. You got the big lips. What's his name? Oh my gosh,
Jagger.
Mick Jagger. Oh my gosh, dude, I totally zoned
guy
out.
with the big lips.
Remember, he was
I
the
know,
first one to
but-
do duck lips.
Here's the thing: I would have at least gone for a couple seconds, like stalling on that one. That one, you totally ate it. You totally
He was
totally
the
like.
original duck lips.
I was super happy with that. Remember you did that the Brad Pitt and Paul Blart Mall Cop or whatever. I was like, whoa, that was phenomenal. And then you forgot Mick Jagger's name.
And then I forget Mick Jagger. That's awful. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I brain farted on that, but
No, it's okay.
the Rolling Stones, one of their great songs, "Brown Sugar,"
Wait,
they
what's the lead
remove
si-
it.
What's the lead singer of Aerosmith's name?
Steven Tyler.
You know when you call me, it comes up a picture of you and fake Steven Tyler.
Oh, you still got that picture? That's a great picture.
on my phone.
People
When
still
we
like,
call.
dude, how'd you meet Steven Tyler? I was like, that's not the real one. The real one would be like this tall on me. He'd be
All right,
like shoulder height.
Let's start this over again. Okay.
Okay.
So the Rolling Stones. Go ahead, Adley.
All right, the Rolling Stones remove one of their classic hits, Brown Sugar, from the tour's set list over lyrics depicting slavery. Now, the Rolling Stones, they've got their tour. It's called No Filter. But the iconic rock band has filtered out one of the most popular songs from the set list. The band retired their hit song Brown Sugar. This is from 1971 from the current tour for now over conflicts surrounding the controversial lyrics that depict slavery, rape, and drugs. And guitarist Keith Richards confirmed this to the LA Times. He even says, quote, "You picked up on that, huh?" I think that's a great response.
Well, what makes it so good is it's like, was he being sincere, like, oh, you caught me? Or was he so high that he's like, oh, you picked up on that? Or was he being condescending?
Yeah, he's being totally sarcastic.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or you think he's just like, dude, whenever you hear Keith Richards, though, I don't know, man. He is British. Yeah, I can see him doing it. Never mind.
And he even says, he told the outlet after the LA Times that he was asked why the band has refrained from playing it. Yet he doesn't understand the controversy. And he goes on to say, quote, "I'm trying to figure out with the sisters quite where the beef is. Didn't they understand this was a song about the horrors of slavery? But they're trying to bury it. At the moment, I don't want to get into conflicts with all of this."
Huh.
So Brown Sugar was about slavery. The first line is Gold Coast slave ships bound for cotton fields, sold in the market down to New Orleans.
You know what's crazy? Like his accent is so thick that this is the first time I've ever realized those are the lyrics.
Dude,
because it's like it sounds like this: down, down in New Orleans, and you're like, yeah, baby, brown sugar. I've never heard the lyrics, and you know me, Adlai, I know the lyrics to every song I've ever heard.
Yeah. Dude, that's another thing I thought about was you're a lyrics guy. I'm a beats guy, I think. I've
heard that song Brown Sugar 10,000 times. I couldn't tell you one word from it except for the chorus.
Here's the next line. Scarred old slaver knows he's doing all right. Hear him whip the women just around midnight.
Oh,
that's
my
hardcore,
gosh,
man. That's hardcore.
Dude, but you can't understand the lyrics. That's how come the thing. Because how does it go again? And I'll sing to you what it sounds like.
Gold Coast slave ship bound for cotton fields, sold in the market down in New Orleans.
Down in New Orleans. That's all you could hear. And then
scarred old slaver knows he's doing all right. Hear him whip the women just around midnight.
Yeah, but what it sounds like when you hear the song, it sounds like this. You should have heard them just around midnight. Like, that's what it sounds like.
Huh.
Brown sugar.
Yeah.
Why do you taste so good? Yeah, that's a pretty offensive song now that I've heard that. You know, it's kind of like the first time you realize that, like, that one song, she's just 16 years old.
Yeah.
Leave her alone, they say. Like, when you're young, you listen to that song, you don't think about it. When you're 50 and you hear that song, you're like, bro, you are like 42
Yikes.
and she's 16. What is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Brown Sugar now, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah. But it's not promoting slavery.
I don't know, dude. It's a pretty bad song because right after that, he goes, why do you taste so good? Brown sugar, just like a black girl should. It's like, I don't know. It sounds pretty degrading. I'm not on Brown Sugar side anymore, man. I'm out of that one. Nope.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rolling Stones. I thought you almost had me on a white liberal bomb there for a sec, and that's not a good song. I got to back out of this one.
Got to take out, yeah. So them taking it off the set list, the right thing to do.
I'm telling you, because I was trying to remember the lyrics the whole time. And when you were reading them, I'm like, oh, I do know these lyrics. They're garbly-gook. Like, you don't hear, like, a lot of it. Because I was trying to think of the lyrics, and I was like, I met her in a barroom queen in Texas. I'm like, oh, wait, that's not the same song. And I kept going over all the Rolling Stones songs I know. It's like, I don't know this song. I only know the chorus.
Yeah. But, man, Rolling Stones has a lot of music, and that was from, 71? And they were trying to make a song. Well, I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know what they're thinking, but were they trying to make like a tribute to black women, but then also kind of talking about the history of it? I don't
Probably.
know. I don't know.
I would
don't know.
say because I couldn't see Mick Jagger being a racist, but maybe I don't know, dude. Look how much.
I don't think so.
Look how segregated the music industry is, though.
And was.
But it seems like they
It was
all
worse
get
back
along
then.
when nobody sees it, like when nobody's around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Maybe they don't though. Maybe they're like,
Yeah.
dude, F John Mayer or whatever. You know, like, F Ashton Kutcher.
Oh my gosh. But yeah. But with Keith Richards at the moment, I don't want to get into conflicts with all of this.
All right. So now, what's your opinion?
Pretty rebellious.
What do you think? What's your opinion?
I just I got to look into all the lyrics and see what it is. I think you got to take it out of your rotation. You know, you just have
That
to.
could be a Chino Brothers react video.
We should go watch
We
a
should
lyric
bail
video
right now and do it right now. We should bail right now on this and do a react video on Brown Sugar.
I mean, I'm down. Do you
All
want
right,
to?
if you guys are watching this episode, look for that on YouTube later on this week. All right, we're
out.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube. We got so many subscribers now. It's awesome. You guys are amazing. Later.
Thanks everybody.